Welcome tech lovers, Ibrar here. Today we are going to deploy Jenkins Agent using Docker Compose. This is the part 2 of Jenkins 0 to Hero series. This is going to be fast, clean and production ready. No messy install, no headache. DevOps in Action channel is more focused on DevOps in easy way. You always found complexity and simplicity here. Each video guide is available in videos description. Here will be only action as channel name is DevOps in Action. So let's jump to the live without any delay. Here I prepared a scenario for you to understand how Jenkins works. So let's consider you have a production ready server on multiple location and you want to deploy agent. So first of things, you need to define where you want to deploy the Jenkins. Again, one more important point here, do not deploy Jenkins agent on the Jenkins server. Why? Because let's say if you have any job which is taking a lot of resources like CPU, memory, in that case it will completely occupy your server. In that case your Jenkins will not respond, and sometimes let's say GitHub Action or GitLab cannot call your Jenkins webhook, and it is not going to accept the new job, and again it will interrupt existing job. So that's the reason do not deploy Jenkins agent on the same server. So where you want to deploy Jenkins agent, always deploy Jenkins agent on another server or another locations. Always try. And one more important here, that where your repository is, let's say if you are using Docker repository, then deploy nearest there, and also if you have self-hosted GitLab or any Artifactory, so deploy nearest your Artifactory. Okay, and one more thing, always deploy your agents where you have more resources. Okay, so here let's say this is the Mumbai location and this is the Jenkins I deployed, and in Mumbai location on another server I deployed the agent, different agent for the web server deployment, and one other location is Singapore location where I deployed the agent as name as management, or you can say let's replace it something SG something. Okay, and we are making it to build Docker and deploy on the productions, right? So this is the scenario. Always prefer to install agents on different servers. Okay, so this is the my previous one which we already done here in this part 1. If you not watched, then watch that one first, and go into the Docker hub GitHub repository and find out the repo and open Jenkins 0 to Hero series. Here open day 02 either from here or the link is in the below. Okay, so in the day 2 the requirement is that Docker or Docker Compose must be installed on your systems. Okay, and on agent you can place somewhere else if you want. Okay, so I am going to show you on the 2 places to deploy agent. Okay, first of all I am going to deploy let's say this is our Proxmox server, so I am going to the same place. Okay, here, and again I added the, I think let's open the compose file. Here you can see here I added the let me remove this one. I was doing the practical. I want to show you again. Okay, so this is the Jenkins server running and there is no node, and I want to deploy the node. For that, I'm opening this Jenkins server. This is the running on 1.100, so 1.100 SSH accessed and going on the same path where Jenkins is. And after that, I'm not using this service, instead of only copying these things. Okay, and open compose file and put it below. So here let me explain what it is. This is the image, container name, restart policy, privilege false, and user added root for the SSH purpose. And here you can see the port is 2020 pointing to 22. And one more thing, this is the basic requirement. Let's say my Jenkins server want to connect this agent through the SSH on port 2020. For that, I need to put my public key here. Okay, once my public key on this agent, in that case my Jenkins server using the private key can connect to this server. Again, I added Docker host. I will see in the automation how we can use it. And in the volume you can see I pointed the Docker socket. Also I pointed the Docker. So I want to use basically Docker inside this automation. Okay, so agent din data will be here, workspace is here where all job taken pull and do the some build, and this is the additional things which I am using to set up tools. This is the tools directory where I want to set up the tools. Again, one more thing here, similar, I added it for you to understand how we can map host binary to the container binary. Let's say if you have any command and you want to map into your Docker, you can do it. And next one is the health check, very simpler, and this is the resources limit. That's it, and save it. And after that, run Docker compose. That's it. Okay, once it done, right, let's down it and run it again. Once it done, you can see the logs of it. Okay, so by default it's taken the log. You can see here it's written SSH key, public key on the path here. Okay, it's created the SSH key and did some action here, and it is listening on the 22 port. Okay, so my container is running fine on the same Jenkins server. Okay, so let's connect the agent here. Once you go here and go inside the Jenkins, and one more thing here, you can see building on the built-in node can be security issue. You can set up distributed build, see documentation. So it is saying that do not use this node. Okay, so built-in node we are not going to use, just configure it, and number of executor set at 0 and save it. And this is the node we are going to use for future. Okay, so once you go here, and here I added, let's say, manage Jenkins node, new node. I want to set it management and create. Once you create it, you can add some description, and based on your resources utilization you can set executors, let's say 10, 20, based on your resources and based on your job execution. Okay, so as of now I'm keeping it 2. And remote root directory, again this is the Jenkins agent, so I'm going to use home Jenkins. Okay, label I'm going to use again same label, and always try to put label as much as a small, because we are going to use it in pipeline. Okay, so usage, use this node as much possible. I am going to only build job which is labeled express matching with this node. So I don't want to execute all job here, instead of only some required job only. Okay, and launch method use SSH, because we are going to use SSH. So IP address will be same as Jenkins server is 1.100, and credentials, yes, there is no credentials, so we need to add the credential. Duplicate this page and go here, settings, and credentials, global, and add credential. I missed this one, add credentials. So you can add, let's say username is Jenkins. Okay, so I'm going to type is SSH username with password, with private key. Okay, username this one, and private key I want to enter directly. Okay, so let's connect our this server, and there will be one file which is Jenkins agent key. Okay, cat Jenkins agent key. This is key generated by the setup.sh in the part 1, in the day 1. Okay, so I'm going to copy it. Okay, it's not copying. Copy it and directly paste it here and create it. Nothing is required. Okay, done. Now when you go there and let's say you can find out again. I think I need to refresh, it's not taking. Okay, I need to add it again. Leave page. Okay, go in the settings and nodes, new node, type mgmt, create, and 122 executor / home / Jenkins / home / Jenkins and management. Okay, and I want to only selected job, launch via SSH, and copy paste it from here and use the Jenkins file, manually tested verification, and click on the advanced. Here you need to change the port 20 because our Docker container host mapped 2020 on the host. So just save it and click on the management again and see the log here. Yes, it is connected and successfully online. Okay, so this is that was the basically nodes which I added, but again this is the same server, so do not use this kind of scenario as I explained here. So I created a new virtual machine here, Docker, you can see, and this IP is the 210, that is the different. So let's add that one. Click on the add and type like Docker. Let's say in our case this is the Singapore, so you can type like SG and permanent agent, create, same here, home Jenkins, and executor because it's have heavy configuration. Let's say let's connect. It's have 8-core processor and 8 GB RAM, so we can keep at least 5 jobs at once. Label is the same SG. use this node as much as possible. So all jobs going to run here, and launch method is the same, IP is the different. So IP is our 210, credential use the same one, and manually trusted key verification strategy port is 2020. Okay, so when you save it, it won't work because we not started there. Okay, so what we need to do, we need to go there and cd demo. I have a demo folder where I always give the demo, and I am going to copy this one. Okay, nano compose dot yaml and paste it, save it. One more thing here I required, which is the env file generated by the shell script. Again, let me show you the shell script which is generated. I think it's not required. Here, once you go outside, you can see here I added already setup.sh. so setup.sh is generated the key. So once you create .env, you can find out the same thing. Okay, copy this one and go here on the another terminal and type nano.env and paste it. That's it. Once done, and after that we need to run docker compose up -d. One more thing here I added for you. Let's say this is the user, my user. Okay, so if you are running with the Ubuntu user, then you need to do something like that, but I think it works. So once you run it, it is going to create Jenkins agent, and you can check the log of Jenkins. Yes, it is working fine. And once you refresh it, you can see here it's automatically logged, and you can see here accepted public key from the Jenkins. This is the host and port. Okay, so we added two nodes here. One is the management, which is on the same server, and SG, that is on the different node. So we added the agent node setup here, and in part 3 we are going to do some basic configuration, and after that we start the tool setup, and we start the other steps. Okay, so I think that is the enough for this part. Let me know what you guys think. If you have any question, leave a comment. Thank you very much. Have a nice day ahead. See you in the next video.